the lesson through the spirit of power. How about El Shah, Lord, willing to be edifying with that, we'll close up. I mean, we go open up by all praise. Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Kakodash, the honor to the apostle elders, great millstone, who grew well. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect that preaches truth sincerely across the four corners of the earth. It's a quick little lesson, Lord, willing to be edifying. Name of this lesson is I Just Want the Kingdom. And we gonna speak on people that come with that mindset where you don't have to put work in, you can just get in the kingdom, man. But hey, how Shah talked about rewarding those for doing the work, and that penny represents the kingdom. So if you got it, so if you go receive a penny, meaning you got to work for that penny. Scripture say what? That if you don't work, you don't eat. So in order for you to get money, you have to work for it. Like you could use in our laws, a man will work for another man for 7 years, then he'll be rich. So did he get them riches just out of nowhere, just free in his hands? No, he put the work in to get it. So that's how the kingdom of heaven is. You have to labor, put the work in and enjoy the fruit of your labors in the
Yeah,
kingdom.
that's beautiful you say that, just to chime in, because it's a scripture that says, for the harvest is plenty, but the labors are few. Just to go, to add on to your point, because we're at a time when Yahweh Shah is about to make his second return. He's about to reap, he's about to, harvest and reap his elect, man. It's the first fruits, man. But without further ado, this St. Matthew 7 and 13, it reads, enter ye in at the straight gate.
Right, and the straight is about the position of difficulty. It say enter ye in at the straight gate.
It says, for wide is the gate, and broad is the way that leadeth to destruction.
Right, so the broad way is it's not the way of position of difficulty, man. Meaning you don't you ain't putting no work in. You just living there set on your leaves. You just living in pleasure, you know. But you're not putting no work in, no labor in for your how about your shop. So you ain't gonna receive the kingdom. Your ass gonna get destroyed, man. It's more on that too.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
your ass is going to get destroyed and die in the destruction that's about to take place in Judgment Day, which is World War III, the day of the Lord, man. Because you didn't want to put no work in. You think, hey, look at the elites, the Banker family, the Rothschilds, Rockefellers. You think any old Edomite is hanging around them? No, because those particular families, they put the work in to have to be on top in the kingdom they ruling in right now. They had to do all them rituals, some different sacrifices and privates, and you know, uh, take conquer the land and stuff, they had to put a lot of work in to get what they got right now, man.
Right.
So how much more for the kingdom of heaven, the kingdom that's going to be an everlasting kingdom on the right hand side of Most High. This is the kingdom of heaven on the left hand side. This the wicked kingdom of heaven, but the righteous kingdom of heaven is going to be eternally, and you have to put work in to receive that. You're not about to just get that out just hands free. Nothing like that at work. Work like that in real life, man. Even gangs don't do that. You gotta put work in to be a real, the real gangs,
Right.
like a Blood or a Crip or GD or Vice Lord, whatever you have to put work in to be affiliated with that. You can't just be part of that. Hey, just even to be in the, speaking on GMS, be a GMS, you got to put work in. You ain't about to just come to camp one day, you just join the camp,
Right.
or you at a job and you just you was a regular employee, you just go bullshit, you think you about to be a supervisor. Hell no, they about to fire your ass, man.
Right, right. That's a beautiful point, because I was thinking the same thing when you said the part for the job. Because Yahweh Shah said, don't you know about my father's business? So what we in is a business, man. This is not you know, something that you should be lacking or slacking in, you know. But I got a quick
Hold on.
precept, real quick, if I can
Oh,
grab
go
it
ahead.
real quick. This Zephaniah 1 and 12, and it reads, and it shall come to pass at that time that I will search Jerusalem with candles, and we in that time now. That's what the men of the Lord doing. We out on the highways and byways, compelling the elect, all right, first and foremost, to come back to the Lord. It says, and punish the men that are settled on their leads. Yeah, the Lord's going to punish the men that are settled on their leads, meaning that, you know, they're being complacent, you know, they're back in the world, you know, thinking that, you know, they're going to continue in it. But the Lord said, well, He's gonna punish those niggas that's just, you know, lukewarm and, you know, just thinking that, you know, the Lord ain't coming back or whatever it is in their mind. The Lord gonna punish you with a grievous death, man. But it says that say in their mind or their heart, Salakia, the Lord will not do good, neither will He do evil. And that's the mindset of a 2/3, man, or a bug out that fell out this truth, man. You know, and that's scary, man. You know, because these people, you know, that know they're Israelites and they know the wrath to come, and they still, you know, bug out against it. You know, that's scary, bro. To really know that the Lord's gonna shoot missiles over here. He's not gonna just shoot one or two. He gonna shoot hella missiles over here. It's gonna be overkill, man. You know. But going back to St. Matthew 7.
Right, man. You know, you niggas that followed the truth, man. You was soft at the end of the day. You didn't want to fight for your how about Shemel shot. You ain't want to put the work in, man. You want to still be an American. You don't believe that the Lord coming back or none of that. Because if you did, by your actions, you know, you would have. It would have showed. Your belief would have showed through according to your works. That's why I was going to say, what? Faith without works is dead, man. You have to put the work in if you have faith, if you really believe, if you really want to make it, receive salvation. You know, the Lord say you in your house. You have to put the work in. The Lord ain't, man, that's why Yahweh Shah said, when he come back, a lot of people will be saying this and that, and he go tell them what? I have not known thee, man.
Right. Then go back to what you said, open it up, that I'm an Israelite, so I'm going to make it. I know that, like.
Right.
You know?
This ain't ancient Egypt, man. The Lord ain't delivering all the Israelites no more, man. Because you niggas fucked that up. You niggas was doing all type of wicked shit on the way to the land of Egypt. The guy in the land of Egypt, on the way to the land of Israel, then got to the land of Israel and just started being more wicked. You know? But yeah,
St. Matthew 7 and 13, enter ye in at the straight gate, for wide is the gate, and broad is the way that leadeth to destruction. And many there be which go in thereat, because straight is the gate, and narrow is the way which leadeth unto life, and few there be that find it.
Right, the few is the elect. Nobody else is serving the Lord. Nobody else is putting work in for the Lord. They being niggas and hoes, you know. You know, they worry about everything except Yahweh Shemel Shah, man. So that's why they're not gonna make it. This is for the ones, you know, the banquet, the wedding is for the ones who actually was preparing themselves as that bride to Yahweh Shah, you know, Yahweh Shemel Shah, man. You know, and actually putting the work in, getting themselves together, going through the afflictions and sufferings, and still doing the work, you know. That's who's gonna make it. See the kingdom, not because you just here, you know, you just standing around, you know. Oh yeah, you was just around. No, you have to be putting the work in. You have to be being brotherly. You have to be doing your lessons. You know, going to, you know, teaching out on the highways. You know, rehearsing the righteous acts.
Go a long way. It ain't just like, you know, you just know you're an Israelite, you're just gonna make it. Right? Because, you know, the scripture talk about what we just read is Zephaniah, those that settle on their leads. These niggas sit there, you know, just bullshit, smoking weed, about to go do some more wicked shit. And I just know I'm an Israelite with a Pooh Shiesty mask on. I'm going to be delivered, you know. But no, that's not how you serve Yahweh Shah.
Scripture say, no, it's like it's not a saying in the world. An idle mind is the devil's playground, man. Because you have to occupy till the Lord come, like he said. You just saying idle, now you about to do some wicked shit now, because you just idle all day. You about to give all the way into the flesh. You about to go commit adultery, smoke some weed, break the Sabbath, do this, do that, do this. Your mind gonna be everywhere else instead of the Lord, man. Because you made yourself idle. You didn't want to put the labor in. Hey, scripture talk about having a pattern of good works, man. You know, this is an in season, out of season. Hey, Yahweh Shah told Peter what? To feed his sheep 3 times for understanding, for completion. Go labor.
Right.
You niggas ain't trying to put the work in for the Lord, man. You know?
And it's a scripture that says, strive unto the Lord unto death.
All right. And the Lord shall fight for thee.
Right, right.
He ain't say, yeah, you around a prophet, or, you just say my name at the last trump, you're going to make it. No, man, the Lord want people who have faith and who's going to believe in the Lord, man, and serve the Lord.
Yep,
So,
I have one. It's Luke 13:24, and it reads, strive to enter in at the straight gate, for many, I say unto you, will seek to enter in and shall not be able. And the reason why I got this, because it goes back to strive. And I got this word strive in the chat, GPT, and it says strive usually means to make a great effort towards achieving something. What are we all trying to achieve here in being a man of the Lord, man? We're trying to achieve the kingdom, man. All right, everlasting life. All right, and being joint heirs with Yahweh Shah, man. Okay, but it says pushing yourself, working hard. Yeah, pushing yourself, working hard. The script talk about like we are soldiers. All right, what is soldiers? All right, they're disciplined. All right, they're very well trained. All right, and the way you get that spirit is doing what? By hearkening to the words of Yahweh Shema Shah, actually living them. Not just you speaking and shit and just not doing the things that Yahweh Shema Shah asks you to do. No, you have to actually do these things. You have to actually live these scriptures. All right, not being a hypocrite. It says pushing yourself, working hard, or aiming for improvement despite challenges. So that's the whole reason of you learning good and evil, because it actually show you on things of wisdom, or showing you what not to do anymore. You know that was a bad thing. I'm gonna go and steal something, and the result came with I went to jail. That's knowing right from wrong. But a simpleton, he'll just keep doing this shit and make it a good thing to do. The Lord say, woe unto you that call evil good and good evil, man. And that's the mindset, you Babylonian. And that's why the scripture Bakar always quote, ye are your father, the devil, man. You niggas is a bunch of fucking devils, man. You don't want to learn righteousness, man. But at the end of the day, this is the ways of getting into the kingdom is fighting, man. All right, at the end of the day. But it says, no, that's it. That was perfect in that, man. But I also had another one.
all right.
This Acts 14:22, and it reads, confirming the souls of the disciples. All right, that word disciple goes into discipline, man. All right, we all disciples, really. Because every day it's about being disciplined, man, and learning the words of Yahweh Shema Shah, man. It says, and exhorting them to continue in the faith, and that we must do much tribulation enter into the kingdom of Yahweh Ba'ashim Shah. So you see, this ain't no easy walk, man. Right? And this is the way that the Lord created to be, man. Who wants to receive a trophy, all right, which you ain't did shit for it? Like, it wouldn't feel joyful. It wouldn't feel like deserving. It'd just be like,
You don't even know what it's about. You just got it.
you just got it, right? Like, yeah,
they're sitting on the wall, just get all dusty.
Right.
You ain't fucking with it.
Because like when you train for something and you really work hard at it and you achieve it, you might, cry. This is something that you worked hard for, being on top, being number one. Guess what? That's what the elect is doing, man. That's why the Lord is going to wipe away all tears, all right? We gonna get those new bodies. We gonna, you know, we gonna be rejoicing at the same time. Those tears ain't gonna be like, I missed this place. No, it's gonna be in a rejoiceful feeling like, yes, I did it. I completed it. Like, let's go. You know? Unlike a nigga that's a spoiled ass brat that get a gift and he just throw that bitch away, he throw it in the closet, he don't, you know, show any reference to it. That's why, you know, this is beautiful, man. You know?
So yeah, man, you know, Lord willing, this was edifying with that. We're gonna close out, give all praise and the glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash. The honor to the apostle, Elder Spirit Millstone, who will. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect. Shalom and Tommy Sharala.
From Rosh Hashanah, Shalom.